Have you ever faced a situation where your fetch request completes successfully, but the response object is empty? It's frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into this common issue in React and showing you exactly how to troubleshoot it. I totally understand how annoying it is when you see a successful request in the console, but the data you need is nowhere to be found. You're not alone in this. Many developers encounter this issue, and it can be quite perplexing. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, "Why is my fetch request returning an empty response object?" They mentioned that their request is being made correctly, but the response object shows no data. Sound familiar? If so, let's dig into this together and find a solution. So, what could be causing this? When using the no CORS mode in your fetch request, the response object can often be opaque, meaning you won't have access to the data you expect. We'll break it down step by step so you can figure out what's going on. And don't go anywhere. I've got a pro tip at the end that will help you avoid this issue in the future. To address the issue of receiving an empty response object, the user should first check the mode of the fetch request. Since the user is using no CORS, this limits the response to an opaque type, which does not expose the response body. Next, the user should consider changing the mode to CORS if the server supports it. This will allow the user to access the response data properly. After updating the mode, the user should also verify that the server is configured to allow cross-origin requests. This is crucial for the fetch request to succeed. Finally, the user should test the fetch request again after making these changes. They can log the response to the console to confirm that the data is now accessible. Did you know? The Fetch API is a modern replacement for XML HTTP requests, but it comes with its own quirks. Understanding these can save you a lot of headaches. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggests addressing the issue with the no CORS mode. The user points out that if the server lacks the access control allow origin header, using no CORS won't resolve the problem. Instead, they recommend configuring the server to include this header or using a proxy for your requests. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always check the API documentation for CORS support and response formats. This can save you time and frustration in the long run. And there you have it. You should now have a better understanding of why your fetch request might be returning an empty response object. Remember, checking CORS settings is key. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips. And don't miss our bonus pro tip on handling fetch requests.